All right, so this is a request video. I got a lot of requests, people asking me how I created this animation, the text-based animation using GSAP and React. So I thought to create a separate video for it. For those of you who haven't watched the previous video, I created a complete website replicating a website named NVG8 website. If you haven't seen their website, you should check it out. It's quite amazing, I would say, and the animations are also good. I have replicated these animations, not completely but to an extent, because they not only use GSAP but they use other tech stack also, because replicating all of those animations using only GSAP is not possible. It might be, but it will take a lot of time, and it can be much easily doable with using other tech stacks. But for now, this text animation which you see in the screen is what I'm going to explain you today, and the code is in the description. So let's jump right into it. All right, so this is the code which I have at the moment. I'll explain you the code also, because it follows pretty much a very decent pattern so that it can be reusable and expandable. First, we have the basic page layout with all the Next.js configurations. It is actually a basic Next.js website only. All the screen, these things which are previously available from the start only when we start building Next.js. At the bottom of it, I have included a component named paragraph, which has all the paragraph, right? And I'll explain you how I separate these paragraph uh, for animation purpose. And for this animation, I'm using use GSAP hook, and inside the GSAP hook, I'm calling out a function. And I have created a separate function for the animations because I want to keep the component clean and include other features and functionalities if needed. For the animation purpose, I'm trying to keep it in a separate file. And the file structure and the folder structure would be something like, inside the src, I have an animations folder which contains the animation, the file. And in the root folder, I have a utils file folder which contains animation utils, which has a custom ease which you can create inside GSAP directly going to GSAP custom ease, right? And that is for creating a custom ease. It requires a whole complete video for this, which is not required at the moment. You can create your custom ease for this using this. We'll cover this in a separate video, but for now, let's work on the main code of the project. Okay, this is the utility which I have created it. In the paragraph, right, we have a h1 tag. At least we have two h1 tags here also. Actually, we have only one h1 tag, and inside we have two of them. I'll explain you how I'm doing it. First, we have a reveal text, which is the class name for h1, and inside that we have a fragment which contains all the words, individual words, right? So how we are going to use it? First, what we have done is, wait, I'll zoom it. Yeah, I hope it is visible. Yeah. So in the reveal text h1 element, we have all the elements or the statement sentence which we have. We are selecting individual words from the sentence. How we are going to do it? From this paragraph or the line, we are separating it based on the spacing. For example, is spacing taken, spacing by. Every word is separated by a space. So we are taking all the words which are separated by space. If it was based on the comma like this, then we would have separated it based on comma. By if we wanted to select individual words, currently we want to select individual words based on separated by every space, so we are using split by space. and then map each of the word into the fragment which contains a span of elements with a class name of word, and inside this will separately include each and every word. Next wave of AI models, all the words are placed here. Similarly, one more paragraph is there. We are doing the same thing here. The key is different because we're mapping, and then we are separating each of the word and adding it inside the word class name. And both of this word are added in the same h1 tag. If you see, yep, right, both of them are same. Both of this line are in the same h1. Okay, this part is clear how we are taking all the words. I'll make you understand why we are doing it rather than just completely including it inside a tag. Inside the paragraph animations which we are using here, we are calling paragraph animation. Let's understand the animation code. We have a utility function in GSAP which is toArrays that selects the array elements, and we have a reveal text which was the h1 element here. Let me do it like this. Yeah, we have a reveal text which is an h1 element. We did it, we separated it based on the h1, like the words, based on the spacing. So we take all the elements inside the h1, and for each of the element, what we are doing is we are selecting the words with the class name of word. Here we have a fragment, and inside we have all the span with the class name of word. We are selecting all of them and naming it as targets. Now, this target, what we are going to do is we are going to implement the animations in these targets. So you see all the words that are, wait, you see all the words that are coming here, they are individually separated and then animated. Now let's understand the base animation first. How the GSAP from to function works. This is a bit important. So what happens is, if any GSAP function like from to or uh, from or to, what happens in all of these animations is that the component or the tag that you want to animate, like it goes from one position to another, or it goes from one place to another. Like for example, if you have an animation, if you want to animate an object from opacity 0 to 1, it will go from one state to another, right? From opacity 1 to opacity 2. Suppose you want to do two animations at a time. For example, from opacity 0 to 1, and y displacement also from y of negative 200 to y of 0. What you'll do, you'll add both of them in the same block, initial position and the final position. Initial will be opacity 0 and y position of minus 200, and to final position of opacity 1 to y of 0. Both of the animations, like state, can happen simultaneously, but two individual separate states of animation cannot happen together. Let me explain you what I mean by that. Suppose you want to position an element from 0. We are moving in the x direction first, right? Suppose you want to do an animation from going from 0 to x equals to 5. Next animation you want to do from x equals to 5 to y equals to 10, right? It moved in an L shape direction, but both of them had a transition state which was x equals to 5 in the midpoint of L, right? Those two animations cannot occur simultaneously. They need to be separated. First animation from 2, which was from x equals to 0 to x equals to 5. Next animation, x equals to 5 to y equals to 10. These two animations are separate animations. Now let's understand what we are doing here. First we are doing is we are having the block of letters, individual words we are having a block, right? Individual words. Now we want to animate all of those blocks. First animation is that all the blocks should have a background color. First we are showing it, and very next moment we are showing their words, right? These two animations are separate animations, like the L shape which I told you, right? So in order for you to create this animation, you would need to add two from two elements. First will be from two of block comes into the picture, like opacity 0 to 1, and then 1 to 0, because the block has been removed. Now first blocks comes and it goes away, and the next animation will be the text animation. That text will be from 0 to text equals to opacity of 0 to opacity of 1. But there's a catch in this. Whenever you do that, what will happen is, first all of the from two elements for the block will complete first, then text will start happening, right? It means the block which you see, which is coming till here, right? It is coming till here, the blocks are coming till here. If you do the separate thing which I told you, what will happen is, first all the blocks from the top to bottom will happen, then all the text will get revealed. You don't want that, right? What you want is, at the same time when the block disappears, you want to show the text inside it simply. This yellow one is a whole new story. I'll explain it. I'll get to it. So as soon as the block gets disappeared, at the same time you want this animation to happen. But that is not possible because we don't use from two elements to do multiple animations, right? Right before just now, because I told you there's a transition state in the L shape which you understood. So you need 2L from 2, but for 2L from 2 elements, what will happen is, this won't get animated together. So if you want to animate it together, and you want to show, like, and you want to use the from 2 elements only once, because you want to do it together, what you need to do is, you need to use keyframes. Just delay, just make both of the animations work together. Like, I'm actually, if you don't use this keyframe na, both the text and the block is animating together. Both of them are animating together, but I'll show you once. If that, let me comment it out. Right, currently I'm not using keyframes. We have initial and final state. So what is happening, I'll show you. First all the blocks gets completed, and then text will reveal. But since we are not adding the text animation also, currently the color is transparent. If I add color equals to white here, then both of them will happen together. I'll show you. See, block is also coming and the text is also coming together. If you see it in detail, you see it, all of them have a block, the background color. But we don't want it to happen together, right? We want a bit of delay between both of them. That's why we are using keyframes. And inside this keyframe, what is happening is, these two animations have a bit of delay in between them. First duration is 1 second and the another has 0.5 of delay in both of them. So the background will come first. As you see here, the background will come first, and then this color will get shown after 0.5 second. The color animation will transition first. And for the first text, what I've done is, if I is 1, then change the background to red, otherwise keep it transparent. This one actually, yeah. Similarly for the 59th word, I just counted it from the start. It's nothing out of the box. The color will be something like red or transparent, whatever this is. Yeah, this was the rough idea of how this animation is working. And please make sure to use the same, at least try to make sure to use this kind of file structure only, because it kind of separates the animation with your main component rather than keeping all of them in the same one. It kind of becomes unwanted to have all of them in the same file, and it becomes a long list of component names and everything. So instead of using that, we are separating everything and using it individually. So this was it for the video. uh, the code is provided in the description. You can use it in your website and play with it, do whatever you want, and comment down your thoughts how you found this video, and how can I improve my videos and all. And comment down your suggestions, and make sure to like and subscribe and follow for more. Thank you.